I'd like to take us on to our next speaker. I'm really pleased that Ronald de Buck, who's the CEO from Woon on Zorgcenter de Foyer, is here today, and he's going to take us some amazing work that he's done that I've seen from my own personal experience and very impressed about. One of the things you've got to realize is these poor guys in Europe, when we go to Europe, they've all got to speak in English a lot of the time. They've got to answer in English. And we think it's difficult being English to answer in English. And they have to try and do that. It's not necessarily their native tongue. So, Ronald, welcome.
Thank you very much, Robert. And thank you for the invitation to be able to tell you about the story of our small group of 3 nursing homes. The story begins in 1960. Long story. I have only 15 minutes to tell you, so just tell that first traces in the middle of the First World War and a total restart in 2006. The master plan that at this moment we are implementing goes about 2 old nursing homes, Avonster and Huize Arion, one dating out of 1928, and having 4 totally newly constructed greenfields nursing homes. So we are starting from 120 residents, and we are finally achieving some 500 residents and getting from 70 staff members to 250. At this moment, we have realized the first modern nursing home, Weverbos. That's in the right corner. Okay. And we are constructing at this moment the second one. Will be opened mid next year. On top of our organization is a non-profit organization. Below it are some limiteds, etc. But most important is that we are a real non-profit organization. With on top the general meeting that consists of 7 private persons. So there is no link to any religions, organization, or whatever. There's a board of directors for 4 persons, and my job as CEO is to link the board of the directors with the daily operations. We have also an advisory board. More important is our organization chart. In the very mid of it are our 5 departments who are working to our residents. They are the most important, and they have the focus on our customers. So every department consists of a head nursing and nurses and other staff members. So each group consists of 20-25 staff members. They must be able to do the job as good as possible. They're in the contact with our residents on a daily basis, on a 24 hours a day basis. To make it possible, there are a lot of experts in our organizations to assist them. And those are here on the left on the organization chart. As, for example, a geriatrician, a psychologist, a speech therapist, someone to help them with ICT, a quality coordinator, etc. At the bottom, there are some departments to support them for the work, for example, for the cleaning, for the administration, the kitchen, central kitchen, and technical services. And on the right, that are those who give directions, the direction to our organization, as the board, as the general meeting, financial director, etc. But in the middle, in the very middle, it are our workers who address our clients every day that must be able to do the work in the most, or in the best possible way. when we are talking about people in nursing homes, I can ask you, are we talking about limitations or are we talking about possibilities? André Aleman, professor at the University of Groningen in the Netherlands, has written a book, The Brain of the Senior. And I want to read two parts for you. A positive view on becoming older has a bigger influence on our health than body movement, smoking, or body weight. And about the results of a study, people with a positive view on becoming older lived approximately 7.5 years longer than people with a negative view. I always like to show this picture. The piano play of that lady isn't perfect, but she enjoys it a lot. One of the things we do for enabling the possibilities of our residents goes with a whole new system, ICT system, completely integrated. The center of it is the ERP program of Microsoft Dynamics, and around it we built a whole lot about voice over IP, IP television, nurse call system, electronic health records, the whole accounting, bookkeeping, etc. But that's just theory, and to make it better or easier for you to understand what's it about, we've developed a small movie of some 5 minutes. If it was only for ICT, I would never have done that. It adds also a lot of possibilities for our residents, and it's only a part of our whole story. Another part is the proximity of nature. In the movie, you've seen that we have lovely garden around it, all floors look out on the green, and we apply the principles of what is called a healing garden. Stress reduction is very important also. One of the things we do is have very thick inner walls that reduces the noise a lot. We give attention to the noise of beepers, etc. Also colors. When you in the movie you've seen something of the colors we apply, but are warm colors, and they have an unbelievable influence on how our residents feel themselves. Don't apply white walls, do use colored walls. We have dynamic light. That means that on the moments that our residents should be active, there's a white light. Moments that they can, moments of rest, at that moment we give a yellow light. That gives a good influence on also on how our residents feel themselves. Food is also a very important item with us. All meals we serve are diet meals. Attention of low fat, low salt, low sugar, etc. But we use a lot of spices to add flavor and taste and smell to our meals. We got our residents, we bring them together to join the meals. We have a mobile kitchen, also for bringing the smells of preparing foods back to our residents. And one of the messages we give to our residents is, if you don't use your abilities anymore, you will lose them. Stay active, keep moving on. There are physical therapists, occupational therapists who can help you when there are problems, but join the activities, come to the meals, remain very active. We also try to manage that there's a lot of social contacts that has to do with the self-esteem of our residents, and there's still a lot of family coming around. But, there are also some schools in the neighborhood who come on a regular basis to visit our residents, to do activities together with them. And for example, also taking the meals together makes that malnutrition has disappeared in our houses. Safety is also very important. Fire detection, fire retarding doors, etc. Also giving a lot of light, making that there are no dark corners in the house, make that the fall risk is reduced on a very important basis. Also, privacy of our residents is protected, so all our data are stored in a private cloud, so inaccessible for the NSA. I told it already, the message we give to our residents is maintain and even expand your abilities. We try to give them culture, a lot of activities. Also, every room, as you have seen in the movie, has its 17-inch touchscreen. And they use the screen to telephone, to use the television, and etc. So the results after 2 years with Weverbos, the house was fully occupied within 2 months. Normally it takes some 6 months to have a house fully occupied. Family visits were multiplied by 4. Malnutrition has disappeared. The use of antipsychotropic medication has dropped with 2/3. Our residents are very active. Attracting new employees is no problem. And are we perfect? No, we aren't. There's still a lot of work to do. But it's a very interesting way we're going. And thank you for your attention.